Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the Skies of Icarus campaign. I'd like to give a shout out to Syrinscape for providing all the audio for this campaign. It is licensed and the best thing ever whenever you want to do any kind of audio in a campaign, whether it be online or in person. Thanks.
When last we left our intrepid band of adventurers, you guys had just procured a ship by the name of Amethyst Sky. Having cleared out the plague ship of the Black Squall, you found a shady buyer who was willing to pay whatever it cost in order to get his hands on that ship. Not asking questions, you sold it for a hefty sum, making you incredibly rich and wealthy beyond your wildest dreams, raking in thousands of platinum pieces that proved rather difficult to lug around in multiple chests uh, filled with plat. And you use this to kind of go on a shopping spree throughout the town, searching for various sundry items, uh, some stuff to outfit your own ship a little bit. You, a couple of you, found some magic items in some shifty markets that aid with protection or perhaps voyaging across the ship, or just might come in handy and useful here and there throughout your journeys. And Korg entered into a contract with Left Hand Jack, where you agreed to join her fleet and provide her a share of the loot that you guys discover. She found three jobs that she thought you all might be interested in going forward. The first was about a magical convoy of items that the Empire was shipping to one of its outposts. She thought you might want to make a mark of and perhaps get your hands on to increase your own power. But it would come heavily guarded by Empire transport vessels. The second was word that a prison co- controlled by the Empire within the more central region of the realm supposedly had brought in a new bird type person who was claiming they were there under false pretenses because they were simply a notary, which sparked the entrance of Drazar, your Aarakocra friend who was adopted by Kenku um, due to his raven coloring, because about a month prior to joining up with the zoo crew, Drazar's father had actually been arrested by the Empire for various sundry crimes. And all Drazar knows is that his father was an excellent notary and good at making copies of documents for people.
Aye, he's the best.
He had no idea why he would have been arrested by the Empire. So the third was an ancient map that seemed to dictate a temple upon the surface of the world, surrounded by the great waters and oceans that most people don't see anymore. And it had strange sigils upon them that seemed to match up with some of the sigils that you had found um, between the flame like rock sigil that you had discovered in the chest and the reminiscent of waves and water sigil that Left Hand Jack had from the destruction of Korg's ship 3 years prior. She wanted you to kind of maybe take some time to investigate this ancient temple if given a chance. But being a member of this free-form pirate company, of course, you were free to do whatever you so desired. So, leaving the map in the party's possession, uh, you guys decided that the best course of action was to check on this Empire prison at the time, as it had already been several weeks since this person had been brought in for imprisonment and questioning, and time might be of the essence to learn what's going on out there. So you spent your 2 weeks running exercises with the crew, outfitting it, getting more comfortable with the way the vessel would work and maneuver. and building up that basic proficiency, gallivanting around town. Korg caroused a lot, did a lot of gambling. He won a strange tankard in his possession when he was gallivanting around. And it's similar. Drazar has a similar tankard where it has a face carved into it that is stoic and just uncheerful. Whereas the tankard Korg one appears the exact opposite, almost a cheerful face carved into the side. If you can think of the old drama masks where you have the two masks, it's like one mask is on Drazar is very serious and dour, and the other mask upon Korg's cheerful and happy. And other than that, you gather up your gear. It's been 2 weeks, and the time to depart Valkar has come upon you. What you know is that the prison you're seeking is known as the Nergoth Prison. It's an Empire-controlled island, roughly 2 to 3 weeks journey from where you're at with your current tech level, without a Magitech engine fully built and comprised, because you don't have time right now to get that Aether core built into an engine, because the Amethyst Sky is a kind of a low-tech machine, single-masted, balloon-based lift. Um, Eventually, you'll get an Aether engine kind of built in there and increase your speed, but just right now, you all made the decision that taking a month to start outfitting the vessel wouldn't be the best choice, unless you try to rescind that on me right now. And then you prepare. The day of the voyage is upon you in the early morning light of Valkar. You stand upon the dock, uh, loading the last of your supplies on you, when Left Hand Jack approaches you, walking up to your general party. So you're really fucking gonna do this, eh? Head out to Empire fucking prison?
Aye, it could be any bird, but it's got to be my father.
Well, I hope you've got a right fucking good plan, going straight into the heart of Empire territory.
We don't, but we got time on the voyage.
She reaches out and shakes each one of your hands. Like, Aspects bless your fucking voyage. Don't die out there.
Maybe I'll become richer. Captain,
Yeah, that's me now, huh? Yeah, that I'm here.
the ship is ready. What is your orders?
Well, then I think that we got to get out of here and try to rescue what could possibly be your father. Don't worry, we will come up with a very good plan as to how we will rescue the bird person, and we'll all be okay, I'm sure.
She simply nods and bids you farewell as she heads back into Valk.
All right, crew, let's set sail.
The crew members kind of snap to attention and finish loading the cargo and rush on and take their stations to prepare to head out. Who is at the helm?
Then we decided the helm was either Johanan or I think it was Johanan actually.
Yep.
Johanan is Helm's. Drazar, I want to say his first mate. So yeah, I'm.
Okay.
Johanan, as you place your hands upon the helm, You know, it's got a series of kind of levers to the side, the ability to that let you increase airflow to the balloon system above. It's kind of it's not like hydrogen or anything fancy like that. It's a system known as like aether gas, which is a byproduct of harnessing and refining um, the aether infused rocks and type that help create lift within the environment for the islands themselves. It lets you control your rate of ascent or descent as you adjust it. And you can also kind of you can steer a little bit, but you don't cut through water the same as like kind of cutting the wheel left or right so much as it kind of subtly adjusts the flow in as the sails kind of help you turn a little bit, and you can kind of pull a little so that your turning mechanism isn't super fast, but it allows you to steer similar to how a vessel would steer on water. It also comes equipped with the ability to actually be in water, which not all airships have that capability, but you could land within a lake or on a sea and steer it just as a normal vessel would be able to. So as you prepare to depart, um, there are these things known as aether streams that exist within the world that you're quite familiar with as a navigator, but perhaps not as a player since you missed the first two sessions. But an aether stream is essentially a type of um, it's kind of like your Gulf Stream type airflow, but rather than regular air and crosswinds, it's magical in nature. It's kind of like a superhighway that you can steer the vessel into if you desire. The trick is it takes a skilled magical navigator, one blessed by the aspects, to have the ability to even see aether streams, and they can be very dangerous. Um, Not being able to navigate them successfully or failing to enter them at the right place and exit them at the right place could cause you to be thrown wildly out of control, damage the vessel, and possibly uh, be catastrophic in nature. But successful navigation within the Aether Stream can almost double your speed when trying to travel to a location. It's like jumping into hyperspace, but you know, magical. So you can, it's a choice that every navigator has to kind of judge based, if their captain wants more speed or things like that. But it ultimately comes down to you on whether you feel you can handle entering into an Aether Stream or not, which requires some successful Arcana checks to actually try to enter and get in and out of Aether Streams at the time. You could end up being completely blown off course or sent to a completely different area of the world if you mess it up. You do have several Aether Streams marked on the charts that you found in the Black Squall that help show you some of the known pathways throughout the world that the previous captain there had marked and charted. And this area around Valkar is pretty decently charted out.
So does that decrease the difficulty?
It'll give you advantage on the roll if you choose to do it from within this region.
How long would it be to get there without, and how long would it be to get there using the stream?
It'll take approximately 3 weeks to get there without using the Aether Stream, but by referencing, go ahead and make an Arcana check with advantage. And if you don't have proficiency in it, you can add proficiency due to your navigator's tools. So referencing the
thought I
charts,
clicked the
you
I
did.
thought I clicked the advantage.
You did. See how it dropped the 4 and it's in green for the 8? That means it rolled 2 and kept the higher.
Yeah, that's not looking promising.
Yep. So you reference your charts, you kind of go over them. You think that you might be able to cut a week off the trip if you navigate them successfully. You're not certain. You feel like maybe there's something you're missing in there that you could go a little faster, but you're not as experienced or confident in entering the Aether stream, so you kind of want to take it a little easier if you were to try to do it.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and consult with Korg and Drazar, given that it's Drazar's father, possibly, and Korg's. Both of you, this is... According to these notes, we can probably get there a week quicker, but it is a riskier maneuver. Is this what we want to do, or do we want to spend the entire 3 weeks?
So you're saying that you can make us go faster, but it's more dangerous.
Yes. There is risk both entering and exiting the streams that would allow us to travel.
The real question then might be, are we in that much of a hurry that we want to risk not getting there in order to save what could be his father? If we don't need to hurry, though, then is it really worth risking the day?
Captain, I want to remind you that we'd be entering Empire airspace, which, hailing a pirate ship and our somewhat notable infamy now, we might want to get in and out as soon as quickly as possible, without causing problems for ourselves.
Did anyone think to purchase an alternate flag to fly when we enter Empire space?
I have a perfect flag for just this special occasion. Okay, so I have this flag, and I've had it for a very long time now. However, it's from a pirate ship from a long time ago.
So again, pirate ship. We want something that's not pirate, perhaps, maybe.
Wait. I don't think I ever clarified. Was it a pirate ship specifically, Sergeant
Yes.
William? Okay, good. Okay. Well then I don't have another flag.
Okay, so we're going to be sailing to Empire space with no neutral colors. Okay.
Well, we have this wonderful buddy here who knows how to draw. Perhaps he could make a makeshift flag for us.
Sure.
I have painter's supplies. We just need something large enough to call a...
Paint.
Give me a sack.
I have a parchment. Is that large enough?
I'm afraid it won't survive the wind.
You have spare sailcloth if you take into your repair supplies.
Up to you, Captain.
Everybody look through your bags really quickly and make sure you don't have anything that is the size of what could maybe double as a flag. What is this hunting trap doing here? Throw it away.
We're still in port, right?
Yes, you're still in port.
Why don't we just
You have not moved from the docks.
Wait,
Does
I thought we already
anyone
said
want to
that.
run to a shop?
Yeah, just go buy one. No.
Oh, we haven't left port yet. That's a very good point. We should get the flag to fly before.
That's a good idea.
I honestly thought we were already.
Praise the bunny.
Well, okay. Then, Belina, will you go get us something to fly that will not draw us any?
Okay. Hops down to the market. Quite literally, hop, hop, hop.
So, in the marketplace, Valkar is, the greatest hive of, no, I'm not going that. So it's a pirate place. Lots of captured colors that are for sale for pirates that want to try to disguise what they're doing. You have Empire flags if you want to masquerade as a member of the Empire. You can. There's various city states from around the region that you can fly the different colors from. A whole assortment with varying prices. The closer to Empire and nobility or rich merchant vessels, the more expensive the flag is. Whereas more kind of like unknown city states and stuff like that are cheaper.
I'll probably go with an unknown city state because the Aether Sprite is not that fancy of a ship to support being from um, a very high nobility.
Yep. So you can kind of browse around and find like a cheap one for just a couple gold pieces that have a lesser known city state upon it, kind of from the fringes of the empire that you can name yourself.
Yay! This will work. So I buy the. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the lesser known city state flag. For many GP comes out to be
About two.
2. Okay.
What's the flag look like, Belina?
Give me just a second. I will find one and I will put it in the Discord chat.
Are you with us, Darkstorm?
I'm here.
Alright, so make sure you go over your character, make sure everything was right for the level 5 level up. And then also remember at 5th level you gained Uncanny Dodge, which you'll see as an effect under your action sheet. It lets you half damage against you once per round as a reaction. So don't forget that you have that ability to help mitigate damage against yourself.
Sweetness. Thanks. Oops. I mean,
So as Belina is searching for a picture, she comes hopping back to the ship, carrying this flag of unknown colors, which will soon be known.
Hang on. There we go. Simple.
A green flag bearing a white tree in the center, circled upon white.
I like it.
That will be perfect. Let's make sure that is the one we are flying, and let's be on our way.
You hoist the colors of your new pretend city-state, and during the next couple weeks voyage, I assume you'll come up with a cover story for the name of the city-state, what you're doing traveling through Empire territory, various other things.
Yes, that's definitely something we need to do.
So we could be a very small city-state looking to possibly join the Empire, and in doing so, maybe we're sending out smaller exploratory vessels to explore the new territory since we recently acquired better airship technology.
I like it.
Because
Are you guys heading out? Are you gonna take the Aether stream?
So do you feel like that maybe we should take the stream to speed up our arrival, or do we want to just use it as a quick escape if we are being chased by the Empire?
chances are, if we can use it, they can use it.
Yes.
Hi, Captain.
It may also be something we would like to get comfortable using.
It's true.
That's probably true. Let's try it on the way there and see how it goes. If we feel like maybe it's possibly just a little bit too unsafe, then maybe we do not have to use that on the way home. Let's try it out.
All right.
You agree, Johannan?
Works for me.
All right. So you guys cast away the lines. Johannan grips the helm, and as you start to navigate away from Valkar, you notice that shimmering opalescent light that's a sure sign of Aether in work. That same light you've seen in various crystals and magical energy that exists. The blessing of the aspects themselves. And you start to navigate towards it, looking for a good opening to steer the ship into in order to catch hold of the Aether stream itself. Make an Arcana check with advantage.
Arcana with advantage. Dang it, my navigator's tools is so much higher, but I know it probably wouldn't. I have no idea why it dropped so many dice. Give me a sec.
No, you're fine. It did what it's supposed to do. Johannan, as you start to navigate towards that Aether stream, you can start to pick out the scintillating colors as it shifts through the various colors of a rainbow, the kind of flowing light, and you see like a sort of gap that seems almost perfect to navigate into and catch the stream. And you shout out, to the crew to just steer the sails to get you the most power and thrust possible, and you shoot in to the stream and turn sharp, and you catch it just perfectly, and immediately you all kind of feel this whoosh of energy come over you, and the landscape starts speeding by, racing forth as you catch into it and start heading with much increased speed towards towards where you heard the Nergoth prison is. You definitely feel like you're in this portion of the stream. There's parts of it that seem to be zipping by faster and faster. There is a chance that you could possibly steer in to a faster lane, but it's a dangerous maneuver to attempt.
So, how much faster do you think that we are going now?
Right now, you'll probably shave a week off the trip.
It'll take us about 2 weeks at this pace instead of the 3 if we weren't using this.
Oh, then maybe we should learn on this pace here just how to use the Aether stream properly. That way, if we ever need to jump into more fast currents, that we will be more prepared. Drazar, do you feel like we need to get to this location more quickly than we are already going?
I wouldn't know. I think we should come up with a plan rather than getting there quickly.
Yeah.
Well,
We
I've
need
That is
some time to
probably good.
figure out what we're gonna do.
While I've driven the streams, while I've navigated the streams before, it's not something I do overly often. I would prefer to stay at the slower pace for now, and that gives us additional time to get our plan in order.
That works. Then let's do.
Has anyone ever been to this place before?
Oh no, never been to prison. Nope.
Same here. Nope.
I do not believe that I have. Have I?
No.
Is,
No, I have
is
not.
there anything? Is there anything else on the island other than the prison that we're going to?
Based on what intel you've gathered, the entire island is just a prison. It's a small island with a fort based upon it, and the prison is in the subterranean layers.
Okay, then I haven't been there either. Just curious. I jump from ship to ship off.
So how are we going to convince the Empire that we need to be at this particular?
Um, Perhaps we can say we were conscripted by the Empire to deliver a prisoner.
They're gonna want documentation. I think that that is where
So-
Drazar comes in.
We can do that.
Say that we are here to transport him to another prison.
Yeah, could do.
We'll just have to make sure we have old codes.
But how can we say we're going to transport person if we don't know person's name?
Uh, prison or prisoner?
Person. The bird person that we're going to try and save. How do we say
Oh,
if we're not sure?
we'll bring another bird person. Also criminal.
Wait, so are we going to find someone, fake arrest them, and then take them to the prison?
Yes.
What?
We
I
could
just-
say we're looking for somebody for like description in a certain case, and we have to move him to a different prison because he's wanted for questioning. We don't know his name. Just what he looks like.
Ah, we could say he's a citizen of our country, and through an extradited treaty with the Empire, we wish to take him into custody.
Yep, he's wanted for crimes. Make up a crime.
The thing is that
Or
we'll
could have something.
probably still have to know his name for that, and we don't know his name.
We know they have a bird person, and we're looking for a bird person. We don't have it.
But what if they have like 5 bird person?
What?
Then-
Wait, if we're saying he's from our country, then would we know his name?
We should definitely know his name. That's the problem. We don't have a name. So Razard,
You
what was
also
your
know-
father's name?
You know that the Empire has conquered the majority of the known world, and while they allow some city-states and countries to maintain autonomy, the Empire views itself as the ruling authority of the entire planet.
So we would have very little to absolutely no success convincing them that we would have to take that person away.
Empire law is absolute, even whether you proclaim to be part of the Empire or not, in their eyes. They, quote unquote, allow some countries on the fringes to believe they're not part of the empire. But as far as they're concerned, they've conquered everyone.
I don't know that.
If the person they have is my father, his name is Vercingetorix.
Vi- 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 That's a lot of words.
Would he also give a false name? Maybe.
What about maybe bribing the guards? We have quite a lot of money.
He often goes by VC. We could bribe. Bribing sounds optimal, Captain.
We have quite a lot of money. Maybe if we just find the warden of the jail, we could convince him to release us into our custody. But if that doesn't work out, you know, at that point we are definitely.
We could always kill a few people, Captain. It's not like the Empire scum is gonna miss a couple bodies. We saw what they did in the prince's house at the party.
So is this your plan?
I don't know that bribing the guards will work. It might take a lot, but perhaps we could perform a service for the guards, and in exchange for the service, maybe they will let us bring him out, like release him from prison.
Who want me to be there as performer, sent to entertain guards, and while I entertain guards, you go and look for bird person.
That could be a very so if here is what we could do. Okay, what if we are like we have already stated from a smaller nation, right? And we are just now conforming to the empire's way. What if we are traveling performers? We can put on a performance for the guards, a big show with lots of alcohol and other things for them to have, and while they are all distracted and we get them drunk, then we can try to break him out and run. And you know that the law is you can't drink and drive, so if they're all drunk, they're not going to follow us on their
Part of me does not believe that that will work,
Ah,
but we can try.
sounds like a magnificent plan, Captain.
Y'all should probably stop listening to the guy with like 5 intelligence.
It'd be my character
6.
flaw.
6 intelligence.
Czar always follows orders even when he thinks they're wrong. And his
Yeah.
bond is always his captain.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any ideas that would be of supporting time?
Can try and pretend we're interested in the job. We want to be guards. That way we can find them.
New recruits sent by the Empire.
Yeah. It might take more time, but it'd probably be safer.
Yeah, if we convince them that we are actually new recruits and then we break them out. That's a good idea.
Or we could say that we've been contracted to clean the cells, because I'm sure that the guards would be happy to not have to do that.
Yeah, that works.
Johannan, you wanted to say something?
I was just going to say either we go in as new recruits or somehow contracted to be there as assistants, or we need to be taking Drazar in, or the captain, or somebody in as a prisoner delivery.
I like the first two. If we sent Drazar as a prisoner, we may not get him back, and then we'd be sub.
What if we kind of just, pick up a hobo from one of the cities and deliver him as a prisoner, and that gets us in?
We're already gone.
There's got to be a city along the way somewhere, right? Maybe.
It seems vaguely immoral.
No, it has nothing
Are
to
we
do
bad
with
guys?
that. We're not going to kill anybody, and they're not worried about the dying. Just want to trade them out.
Wait,
So we're just
are
gonna
we bad
falsely
guys?
imprison someone.
I mean, you haven't been around for very long, but we've done a lot worse than that.
Well, I mean, if it gets us our end goal, I'm not totally opposed to it.
It would get us in, but then how do we find the bird guy? Like, they'll take the prisoner and then kick us out.
Let's go in as either new recruits or somebody contracted by the Emperor to perform some sort of service there, and Drazar has plenty of time to draw up the proper paper.
What if we pose as the cleaning people and go in and do all of the cleaning, and then we can also pick up the laundry, but we hide the bird person in the laundry, and then we say we'll be back after we're done doing, dirty laundry.
I'm down. Sounds
I kind
crazy.
of think that the best idea we had was the first one that we came up with. Just the paperwork.
All right, so what's the decision here? Pick something and move forward.
Go, Captain.
Let's do the one that Johnny came up with. The one about paper, right? That was the one that we were there to pick up and transport him to a newer or other prison.
Well, that wasn't my idea, but also you would have to come up with why you're moving him and where you're moving him.
And I
And
don't
we would
think
need a
that-
name as well as the description.
Then what was your plan?
Oh, just the cleaning thing, or just... I mean, I'm also cool with the... the musical troupe.
Alright. We need to come up with a plan pretty quickly. Let's make a decision, and probably not rely on me. I've never broken anybody out of jail before.
I'm with you, Captain.
Okay, we can do the troop thing, and while some of us are entertaining, the more sneaky of us can possibly sneak away, sell keys, and go and find bird person that is captured.
I can help with the music. I'm very talented with my accordion.
Accordion to you.
I see what you did there.
So this would have been if we would have bought like a bunch of sheets or something, we could say that we were contracted to change them out because of some health thing that's going around.
Then why don't we use our reserve cells for that?
Because we need reserve sales in case the ones we have get damaged. Like,
We
oh,
can-
say they shoot at us on our way out and catch a sale.
We can replace it when.
Sorry.
Are you forging any documents to try to get into the prison, either as a troop or prison transport or cleaning service or anything that requires Drazar to forge?
I'm going to have to forge something.
Yeah,
according to all the
definitely in that aspect. So he should start.
Roll
The
me
cleaning
a
service would require the least amount of bullshittery.
Let's do
I
that
agree with that.
one.
And
Let's do that.
since we have so many sorcerers, prestidigitation makes that a whole lot easier.
But usually cleaning services don't have sorcerers.
I mean,
But
that's not totally true. Maybe they're just
Cleaning-
very effective.
Also, a cleaning service contracted by the Empire for the eradication of some disease or something that was starting to be widespread in their prison system.
I like it. Let's do that.
Okay.
Remember, magic is a sign of nobility in the Empire. People without magic are considered lesser beings.
So we should refrain from using magic in front of them if we don't.
Or
But
Or use it to press it. If they think we're all magical, sent by the Empire, nobility there to perform a certain job, they'll stay the fuck out.
Oh, that makes way more sense. Then let's do that. I can even talk to the animals there and be like, look, see, I am magic too.
Can order me around too. I don't have magic. I could be a lackey.
Okay.
Okay, so we will go with being a crew of magicians hired by the Empire to eradicate a disease that has become known within the prison systems, and we're trying to make sure it doesn't attack their system, and for the sake and safety of the guards.
That
Also-
sounds like the plan to me. Let's do it.
Let's
we're
do
assuming
it.
Alright,
the Empire
Drazar, you know
cares
what we
about the
need.
guards?
Just one more piece to this. We can also say, if we happen to find a particular bird person, that they have the problem and we need to take them for clean.
That is brilliant. That is the most brilliant thing I've ever heard a robot say before. Let's do that. The bird people commonly have it. We brought our own specimen for exam.
did you just invent D&D avian flu?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, we did.
I like
You
it.
can call it the bird flu.
What are the symptoms of this disease if they ask?
Hey, does
I
anybody have
mean,
like a makeup
Suppose you
kit?
can- I don't suppose you can hack up more of the red foamy stuff you were when I first met you, bird person.
I can't say that I have any more of that.
I'll be right back.
That was painful.
I still have my painter supplies. We could do that sort of thing and make you look.
So the reason we were sent to their system is because their particular prison system is because they do have an avian prisoner who is known for carrying this disease. We can tell them that the avian people are
Very dirty and get sick.
carriers, and
Could start an
It
outbreak.
affects other it affects other races and can be fatal to them.
I like it. I love this plan. This sounds like perfect.
That's why our colors are green.
Healing.
And that gives us one more reason to get the bird out of their prison, and one less reason for them to question it and to come after us when we take him out the front.
This could quite possibly be the most brilliant thing I've ever seen from anybody. This is the plan. Let's move forward with it right now. This is the...
Jazar, roll me a deception check in the tower. This is for your forging.
It looks great.
Alright, you guys settle in to your routine. Drazar spends his time in the captain's cabin working away at this cleaning disease contract. Time moves pretty quickly, and before long you can see the silhouette of the island in the distance. As you start to approach it, you notice it's a small island, almost like a blip upon the radar. You wouldn't really catch it too much. It's not a huge landmass or anything like that. You could easily walk from one end of it to the other in like minutes. It's not very big at all. It has a structured fort across it, thick stone walls with towers supporting around the side, stand about 20-30 feet in height. You see several large heavy cannons at the top of each, and patrolling guardsmen wearing the Empire colors walk across the walls and man the cannons. A single dock stands out from this floating island, in which one vessel is already tethered to. There's room for 2 total vessels, one on either side of the dock itself. And as you start to approach, it's time for Johannan to navigate outside of the Aether Stream. These streams aren't as well charted as the ones before, so roll an Arcana check without advantage. You've gathered some decent familiarity with how to navigate the Aether Stream. You manage to slip out just at the moment and start to steer down towards the dock itself.
Now, just one quick thing before we actually land and start. Just to fill you in, because you'd stepped away, our final decision on the avian flu that we created is the reason their bird is showing no symptoms, whether they're infected or not, is because the birds are carriers. They infect others. They are simply carriers. So if he is a carrier, we have to remove him from the facility.
Okay.
And then it doesn't matter that he hasn't been sneezing or coughing or spitting.
Alright, you guys pull up alongside the dock, and a troop of guardsmen walk out. Several of them carry rather large shields, and a couple of them carry halberds upon them, and they stand and await at the dock. As you pull up, they hail out, "Ho! Who goes there? What are you doing here at Nergoth? I don't recognize your colors."
Johannan, that's you.
We have been contracted by the Empire. You have a prisoner who is suspected to be carrying a rare disease that has severely damaged some other facilities of the Empire. We are here to inspect and to treat anyone who is affected infected, and if the creature is in fact a carrier, we will be removing him to a safer facility for everyone. She snaps her fingers really loud. Druzar, the paperwork, please.
I pull out the paperwork. Sir, everything should be in order.
Johannan, roll a deception check in the tower. As you lower the gangplank and kind of walk down and hand the scroll over to the guards, they look a little worried, kind of looking back and forth to each other. They look over your paperwork and kind of look at each other like, "Hey, all right, follow me inside. Talk to the warden of the prison. I can figure out where to go from here."
And we all follow. I'm gonna leave back on the ship the what are they? The unskilled labor. They'll stay behind for now.
All your crew stays behind.
Oh, so the only one allowed to go? Oh, I see what you're saying. The two skilled laborers go to stay.
Yes.
Okay.
The whole ship crew stays with the ship.
That's perfectly fine too.
Given that they threw me under the bus as the talker, I am leading the way with. I am following the guards, but leading the way with purpose.
Alright. You guys head up. It's a slightly gentle slope up towards the fortress entrance where two large oaken doors stand wide, a portcullis raised above. As they lead you inside to an open courtyard, you see several guard members practicing and training with weapons. Again, lots of people carrying shields and halberds. You hear the resounding crack of gunfire as various marksmen with long musket rifles take aim at target. You hear the sound like, hold, aim, and then it just cracks out with the sound. And then as you kind of move along, they kind of bring you inside one of the fortress areas, and it kind of opens up. It's rather sparsely furnished inside here, and they kind of take you over and lead you to a little side area where you see some stairs kind of leading down. Like, oi, you said you're a cleaning crew, yeah?
We are here specifically to investigate this disease and make sure that that has been cleaned away so that you do not have to worry about an outbreak that could potentially kill the entire prison and guard.
Hi, that's good. I'll take you down, talk to the warden, but you're gonna have to lock up all your weapons. They're not allowed inside the prison.
Are we standing next to somewhere? Is he pointing, saying right here, or is he referencing at a later time?
Am I the only one who... Nodded character, am I the only one who left anything in the fish taco?
Yes. None of you chose to use your magic item that I specifically gave you for infiltration purposes.
I probably even had that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I just remembered it. I just remembered the fish tacos myself.
I have a belt that we put items in.
I guess we are locking things up and appreciating the fact that we have at least some magic users.
Yes.
Yeah, that works. Is he, like I said, is he referencing to something like right here, right by that we're locking it up, or does he mean?
Yeah. So, give me.
Okay.
Oh my god. It looks like masking is still gonna cause me problems, guys.
And are these wall lockers the type that you put something in, you take the key out, and you're in possession of your own key, or is it you just dump it in a box and hope nobody gets into your stuff?
Give me a sec. Can you guys see what I revealed? My game froze.
I kind of.
Masters
yeah.
and
Just
a
the,
bunch of, oh,
oh, no,
Yeah, there's some. I guess there are chests on the right-hand side, or chairs,
Yeah.
or benches, or something. And on the left-hand side is a
Yep.
room with a desk.
All right. So they take you over to the area with the chest. They click a key in the lock, kind of push it open. You notice it's several chests. They're all filled with the effects of various other people, like old clothing, discarded like daggers. You know, it's like a lockup room for some of the prisoners and stuff like that. And they gesture over to a chest in the corner and tell you to put your stuff over there and just toss it in the chest, and you can get it when you come back out.
okay.
okay.
They're in the room with us by the chest. So I'm pulling, are they in the room with us?
Yes, a couple of them escort in with you. You guys put all your weapons in the chest.
Yep.
Yep.
Right. Once you put the weapons in the chest, they escort you over to the right-hand side of the room, where there's a small chest and a decked-out kind of man. He's wearing some robes and kind of just scribbling on paperwork. And he looks up, and one of the people, one of the shield guardians, hands him your note and scribbled letters. He kind of looks over for a moment and looks up. Like, the Empire sent you to clean out the prison of disease.
Aye. there
Very serious disease.
there seems to be an avian prisoner in your keps. Before he was captured by the Empire, every port he sees started somewhat of a flu epidemic in every port. We're here to clean up any presence of his stay here and to see if he is actually contagious. We may have to take him into custody for ourselves to our medical facility.
Strange. You would have thought that the Empire would have sent a member of the Hall of Aspects to investigate this. We've had no outbreak of disease here.
What are the conditions that the prisoner's being held in that might be some of the reason.
Did you put a name on the document? Or just like the bird person?
Vercingetorix.
He kind of looks over his notes. He's like, about 5 weeks ago, we got a bird person in here. It's in the lower holds. Those for common rabble. Usually they die down there.
Is this a open layout kind of prison, or is it a single cell holding place?
For the lower levels, everyone gets an individual cell.
That could be some of the reason the disease hasn't spread. You
The
see,
disease also has a longer incubation period. You probably would not be seeing signs for another.
Make a deception check. He nods. Very well. I'll have my guardsmen escort you down to the lower levels to investigate this.
Your prompt assistance is appreciated.
The guards nod and they kind of form up around you and start heading you down towards the. As you walk through, the next section appears to be some sort of processing area. You see several pillars that have chains embedded into the walls, or it looks like they would chain up prisoners in order to search them, watch them. Like your standard modern practice of today. It's more kind of, there's a few blood stains around these pillars, some old, some a little fresh. And you move a little further down, you see several guards kind of moving around in and out of these rooms. You catch the glimpse of beds. It looks like a sort of barracks area. And then they take you down to these stairs that lead down to the next level of the prison.
Shading working, or
So they escort you down to the next level. This level glows with this strange aqua light that seems to emanate from these embedded sigils in the floor that give it this eerie magical cast. As you walk by, you pass several cells. They appear to be 10 by 10 rooms. Most of them are pretty well off. They have like a nice bed, maybe like a little dresser. Some of them are unoccupied. As you turn around and you head up along this right side pathway, you do see two cells that glow with kind of like an orangish reddish light. And inside both of these are two kind of well-dressed personages. One is an elderly elven man. His hair has turned white and his skin has kind of, rather than having like creases and wrinkles of old age, it seems to have grown kind of like a bark-like texture. And he looks and kind of stares intently at you as you walk past. And his eyes widen just a little bit as you kind of meander along the path. The second one has like this crumpled kind of goblin creature that's kind of muttering to itself in a strange language. This room is covered with like scratches and looks like it kind of tore away at the walls a little bit, and everything is bathed in this orangish glow from this runic sigil upon the floor of the cell itself. As you continue to turn around, you see another kind of empty 10 by 10 room and follow the pathway around. You enter into a large. These 6 cells are all well appointed and filled with various humans wearing richly dressed clothing, kind of a noble air. They have a bit of a haunted look as they see you pass, but they remain silent as the guards escort you for eventually coming towards stairs that lead even further downward. As they lead you down into the 3rd cell block. This area is more tight corridors. It smells and reeks. It has flickering torchlight upon it. Like it's dark and dank, and they start leading you down this center narrow 5-foot hallway. Like, "Oi, the bird you're looking for is down at the end here. One of the back cages." And kind of start leading you down the hallway. And when they get about halfway down, they stop and turn. Like, "So, did you really think we'd fall for your shite? That document you wrote was garbage. It didn't even have a fucking seal on it. And you're gonna tell some story about the Empire sending some strange people here to clean disease? You think the Empire just contracts shit out? You're a right buggered bastard stupid, aren't you? But don't worry, we're gonna make a home for you here. Put you in a nice cell along with your bird friend." And they draw their weapons.
Womp womp.
And everybody roll initiative. All your deception checks were incredibly low.
Johnny, you find yourself in a narrow hallway, surrounded on all sides by your allies. Unarmed, not quite sure what to do at this time. It's your turn.
All right, I am going to, and I don't know how to do this because I haven't done it before. I'm gonna bane these people.
Okay, so target the 3 people that you want to cast Bane on, and then click the cast button on Bane after you target them.
All right, I'm probably actually even gonna upcast it just to get the 4th guy, the
Okay.
ones that are near us. Okay, and then just click on it and do cast.
Yep. Shield Guardian 3 fails. So go ahead and click the effect button. He should be the only one targeted now, and then I'll put the effect on him.
That one?
Yep. And then you click the effect that says Bane Self C. It's just, it has nothing else, and that says you're concentrating on Bane.
Oh, well, that sucked, but okay. Thanks.
And if you're done with your turn, click the next button.
Well, my timer never started.
Do we have to press that or... Yeah, it does. There he is.
Okay, there we go. The halberdier at the top braces, and with kind of timed, he lunges at Johannin with his halberd. His shield companion seems to deftly duck out of the way. As he lays a devastating blow against as the second halberdier swings his halberd at Cor. Missing with the first blow, he just maneuvers Korg into position in order to slam him with the halberd with the second attack. The shield guardian attempts to slam Johannin with his shield, trying to knock her to the ground. She managed to deftly avoid. As I read these descriptions, maybe. Attacks with his longsword, knocking Johannin unconscious. But you are not dying, you are stabilized. As he chooses to hit you with the pommel.
Okay. This is not good. So I am going to Um, do that. I'm cast Dissonant Whispers. So yeah. And I'm going to upcast it to second level. And it didn't roll more.
Alright, so he passes his save, so he'll take half damage.
Okay. Because
That
it's
was
upcast. Oh shit, 46. Why did it do that wrong?
yeah.
My bad. So it's only supposed to be 46, and I don't know what the
Just
fuck's going
roll
on.
another d6.
So half of 14 is 7. Bitch does not run away. That didn't work.
I'm just gonna type it in here since it got kind of
Okay.
messed up there.
Sorry, my bad.
It's all good.
And I will bardically inspire Drazar.
Okay.
So roll.
What can I do with that again?
You can
You can add it to an attack, saving throw, or ability check.
Okay.
It's like an extra d8.
You're targeting him, right? Did it do the thing? Is he affected? No.
No, it didn't.
Why is it not?
You didn't have him. You don't have him targeted.
I control clicked him.
On Drazar first. I think you're. Okay, there. Now you're targeting him.
Okay.
There we go.
I feel inspired.
If you're done, click next actor.
Yeah, I think that'll be it.
Drazar.
I will cast Healing Word on Johannan. And assuming they didn't make me take off my robe, right?
They did not.
I will use my action to pull out a dagger and hand, if I can, hand it to Darkstorm, who is behind me.
Yep, you can do that.
Okay, here's a dagger. Dag away. That's all I got for now.
Darkstorm, it's your turn.
I can move
You can
through
move
people, right?
through. Yep, at half. It costs twice the movement because it's difficult terrain, but you can move through people. Not enemies, but allies. So, like, you could get next to Belina.
I was gonna claw this guy and throat, but I'm gonna stab him instead.
Would you rather use your dagger, which benefits from sneak attack, because your claws are strength based
Okay.
and do not benefit from sneak attack?
Oh no, I'm using the dagger. I was gonna use claw.
Okay.
Being funny.
Your dagger misses as he kind of leans his shield into it, effectively blocking the attack again.
Yeah, stay here.
All right, go ahead and click the next actor button to end your turn. He attempts to slam his shield into Korg to knock him down, but he's unable to
Wait.
get a good blow against him.
Oh, so the halberd guys when who attacked me on that first round? Okay, that makes sense. I was
Yep.
confused.
And he just swings his longsword ineffectively at you. It just rebounds off your shell back and forth over and over. Your hardened shell unable to be pierced by his weapon. As Shield Guardian 4 cries out, "Kill the cowards! Don't let them escape!" Resurging back from his failed attack, he lands a devastating blow against Belina as Johannan.
It's 3 attack. What are we up against?
Remember,
Sorry, for whatever
Johannan,
reason I hadn't remembered that I was.
if you cast a first level or higher spell, you can use Tempestuous Magic to fly 10 feet away without provoking opportunity attacks.
And I can fly either before or after, correct?
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out, and I've been trying to figure out if my line would work. If I fly myself over here, and I've got stuff popping in my way. If I fly myself over here, that's my 10 without an attack of opportunity. If I line it up just right, I should be able, lightning bolt is 5 feet wide. So if I line it up,
Yep.
I could wing all 4 of them, right?
So we'll draw a line. Technically, you'd be in this square here because you have to be in a square.
If I rotated my angle, yeah, I'd be
Yep.
able to hit all
If you
4
do
of them.
that with 5 feet wide, yeah.
That's
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage. your lightning bolt arcs forth as you summon the storms to fly across, appearing on the other side of them, hurling your bolt of lightning. It sizzles forth, frying them, several of them taking devastating wounds from it as they gasp in pain and anguish.
And the one who's in the best shape happens to be closest to the squishy sorcerer who just cast it. In other words,
Is that your turn?
yeah, sorry, that's right, we got a button to push.
Yep. Korg.
Okay. Bonus action to go into rage. I did that right?
Helps it.
Effect?
No, you put danger sense on yourself, and you
Oh, that is danger sense.
click
Sorry.
random, telling people you were raging.
Sorry, no. I meant to have rage up. I clicked. I checked the box and everything for it, but I didn't expand the right. That's what I put on myself. Right?
Yes, now you are raging.
Okay, that's what I meant to do. And then I'm gonna scream. That's Johnny right by me. Go protect the others! And then I'm gonna punch Tiny number 1 right in front of me with my claw fists. For this one, I don't have like fists, but I have daggers that use my strength. Do I just use that as the attack? Because
Are you talking about your turtle claws?
Yeah, because in my weapons area, like for an attack, I don't have my.
Just go down.
Attack for my...
Go down to your turtle powers, and you'll see turtle claws, and
Yep,
it has your attack and damage there.
Perfect. Okay, so then I just do attack. I got him, so I do.
And
then
you have
I
extra
do it
attack.
again. Yep, and then I do. Not as successfully. And then I can't really move because Johnny's still there, so I'm gonna stay where I'm at, I guess. Done.
This shield guardian attempts to bash Drazar.
No way.
And make a strength saving. He knocks you prone.
Okay.
And then attempts to lay into you with his longsword. Hitting you again from there. As he he does not do that. Johnny.
Alright, so I want to move, so it's 5, 15, 25, 30. I can move to here, correct?
Yes, technically you can, with how it's spaced out.
Haha.
Moving through Jazar and Belinas.
Alright, and then at this point I would like to... Oops. Oops, I don't know if I want to do that or not. Alright, so I want to cast, what is it, Abjure Enemy on this one right here. So I'm targeting just him.
Yep.
Wow.
Alright, he failed his save.
Oh, okay. I thought that was mine.
So the main effect of frightened and speed 0.
Do I have to put that on him? Oh, sorry, I did it twice.
This one, the frightened speed 0 one.
Okay. So I click that, or do I drag it on him? I forget.
It's fine. It's on him. For this one, he's good.
Okay, and then I think because I cast that. Yeah, that.
That was the halberdier, right? Or the shield guardian?
I wanted to
Shield
put it
guardian.
on the
So
shield guardian next to Johanna, so it will leave her alone.
this halberdier rather ineffectively. This one attacks core. Managed to just get through Korg's shell. This shield guardian is horribly frightened of Johnny and unable to move, kind of quiver. He decides to swing wide at Johnny himself. First, he tries to knock you down. One of his flailing strikes manages to and he almost critically hits you, but he's flailing around too much and is unable. But it does, that blow does cause you to lose concentration.
Oh, that's fine. It only hit one dude anyway.
Belina.
Alright, so I'm going to action disengage. Move over here. And then I will bonus action Mantle of Inspiration.
Okay.
On, I think they can get everybody. Up to 6. Hang on, let me read that again.
I think it's
Charisma.
a number equal to your charisma modifier.
Okay, so that's how many people? That's my charisma modifier. Gosh darn it. Main
I think it's 4.
modifier is a 4, so I can do 4 people. Okay, so I'm gonna do. Everybody make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do Darkstorm on Johnny and Drazar. the 4 that are actually in my line of sight.
Okay.
And I will do
The temporary hit points.
that.
And then all of you can use your reaction to move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Oh, that would have been so helpful on me right now. Damn it. Okay.
Sorry, Cord.
So if any of you guys want to move
Back.
Like,
away,
Get the
Given
away.
that most of my spells are ranged, yes, thank you very, very much.
You can't move through enemies, Darkstorm, or can she?
no, you can't. You can't
No.
move through enemies. So, I mean, she can move back behind me again. Drazar can back up or go back behind me, you know, so that he's got nobody directly on him. It's up to him. But yeah, you can move without provoking attack of opportunity.
I will. Oh, I had to stand up first, right? So I can't move that far.
Right.
Yeah.
But you
Okay.
get
So
you'll get 15 feet.
okay.
but-
I'll move to where I am then.
All right, and everybody else is effectively engaged with Johnny, so. Now then, I have to click the end turn button.
Trazar.
I am going to cast. Put one hand out and touch my good friend Korg. And give him the power of lightning breath. I hit that button on accident, I guess. But yeah, he has the ability.
Yeah. You just put the effect on it.
There we go.
Nice.
And that's about what I could do for now.
Darkstorm.
How do ball bearings work? Can I throw those and still stab somebody?
It takes an action.
Okay. I'm gonna stab this guy.
That hits. Remember to do your sneak attack. Which is now 3d6.
That's okay.
Darkstorm rushes up, and with a quick slash of the dagger that Drazar handed her, she slips past the shield guardians to slits his throat open. He kind of drops his longsword, grabs his throat, and kind of this gurgling mess, and collapses to the ground. As the other shield guardians and halberdiers look on in shock that you managed to kill one of them, and begin to panic slightly, especially Shield Guardian number 2, who's scared to shit right now.
This isn't even our final form.
Belina shouts, "Somebody pick up the sword!"
I point to him and say, "You're next."
I can't hear what you said because your roommates are talking really loud in the background.
Punch him.
I say, "You're next."
guy attempts to shield bash Korg, but fails. And ineffectively swings his blade at you, unable to get through your hard turtle shell once again. He's getting highly frustrated. Guardian 4 looks at his dead companion and shouts out, "I'll get the others, you hold them here!" He attempts to run away. Johnny, you'll get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I still don't know how to punch. I've been looking for it.
I can make you a punch attack. Give me a second.
So can I use my toe to flick that longsword right into my hand before I make this attack?
No.
Damn it. Okay. Now question 2. Can I smite with my robot fist?
Technically, it's not a weapon. You can only smite with weapons.
It says with a melee attack.
I'm pretty sure it says with a melee weapon.
Oh, weapon
I mean-
attack. You're right.
Oh.
Fair enough. So I literally just hit him for 1 damage.
Plus strength mod, so 4. Or no, what's your strength mod? 1, 2,
0.
0, 1 damage.
Why do you
You're a
have
metal
strength
robot. You'd think it would hurt
0?
more.
And he rushes off upstairs.
God damn it.
Johanan.
Okay.
Your blast of acidic energy slams into the terrified shield guardian and starts etching across his armor. Spots of it fleck across his skin, and he lets out a scream of pain as it melts into.
And so ends my turn.
All right, so breath attack thing on both those guys because they're both targeted. Does he have to roll the attack though? Wasn't that how he did it?
Yeah, because he has all the stats.
All right,
So-
I'm doing breath attack down the hallway towards these 2 guys.
Lightning energy kind of cuts into them. The halberdier kind of takes up hiding behind his shield guardian friend who takes the brunt of the damage. Is that it?
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to click the next button.
Johnny.
If someone's frightened, do they take opportunity attacks if I move?
They still can, it'll be at disadvantage though.
Why do you need to move?
I want to block the escape of anyone else. But I won't do that. I want to object interaction and pick up the longsword though.
Okay, pick up the longsword. You can do that as an object interaction.
And then I'll attack this guy, but I don't have a thing for that either. There we go. Okay, and now I can smite him.
You can, yes.
Damn, that didn't do any damage.
That sucks, man. 2
Alright.
ones.
Alright, I'm gonna attack him again.
Why aren't you using the longsword two-handed?
That's a good question. But
Whatever.
You want to use it two-handed?
I mean it doesn't really matter, but sure. That just could have been maybe 2 more, and I missed on the second attack anyway, so that's about it.
It's set up for two-handing now.
Alright, thank you. Oh, I didn't shit. Sorry, I meant to click the button.
He swings with his halberd at you, which you definitely managed to dodge and deflect. And then somehow I tracked my combat tracker all over. Because it won't let me do a second attack. There we go. Your surge of vitality disappears from Belina's previous blessings. He kind of scrapes across your metal armor, leaving a thin line scoring the plates across your chest.
Ouch. And also, my little abjure enemy or whatever is gone off that dude, because as soon as he takes damage, it goes.
Okay. This guy slams his halberd into Korg, hitting hard against your chest, causing you to rock back. You grunt in pain, almost falling upon Drazar behind. As these guys keep trying to shield bash people, ineffective. While he's no longer scared of you, the effects still seem to have a hold upon him. He's flailing around, kind of a panicked look within his eyes. The calmness kind of starts to come into him. He begins to poise himself better to prepare to strike Belina.
Alright, so I am going to cast Heat Metal on the halberdier over here.
Okay.
Targeting his
Oh.
armor.
Okay.
2.
That doesn't matter. That's just a save to see if they drop whatever they can or not. But he can't drop his armor, so he doesn't have to make a save. You just deal the damage.
Okay. Where is... Do I effect on him? Or that's self? Because it's concentration. That on me.
Yeah, because you're concentrating.
And then where damage is this damage. Only 4 damage. That is very sad. Oh well.
The chainmail links that the halberd just sear and sizzle, and he kind of grunts in pain as they start growing in intensity and heat.
And then I will bonus action. So let's see, that's used. I'm going to go ahead and bonus action healing word on. That might be too far away. 45
Everyone's
feet.
within range.
Are they?
It's 60 feet
Yeah,
for healing
60
word.
feet. Yep. Okay. So 8 points of health. Yay. And then I will.
Jazar.
I'm gonna try to help out Korg. Cast Ray of Frost on Shield
Okay.
Guy.
He'll have half cover.
Wait, I don't think that was right. Was I at disadvantage?
You shouldn't be. Did you click that?
No.
Oh, it still says you're prone for some reason
Oh.
from earlier. Let me take that off and then go ahead and just do it again with the cover still.
Womp womp.
Womp womp womp.
And I will back up to here.
Dark Storm.
I'm gonna move quickly up and stab this guy.
Click your melee dagger, not your ranged dagger. Alright. Darkstorm misses.
Yep. And this.
He attempts to shield bash Korg, trying to knock him down, but it's just ineffective trying to wrestle this giant turtle. He just can't get leverage and fails. Eventually, he does manage to find a gap for the shell, so to speak, and manages to kind of lightly graze Korg's skin. Johannan.
That failed miserably.
You could quicken another one if you wanted.
Well, I mean, you can quicken another cantrip or you can quicken a leveled spell.
I didn't realize I could use Quicken on cantrips.
Yeah.
On any spell.
Nice! Well, in that case, we're just going to Quicken the same one and try again. And apparently I'm just not casting that spell today.
And then mark off 2 sorcery points as being used.
Martin, go ahead and roll my damage.
Once again, the halberdier kind of ducks down below the shield guardian, who absorbs the brunt of the lightning effects again.
So, a real quick question, because
Yes.
I'm not. So that is one attack, but I can't make another attack because I can only do 2 melees.
No, that's not an attack. That's an action. It takes
Okay,
your
good.
whole action to do that.
Okay, good. Just wanted to get it clarified. I wasn't sure. Okay, I'm done then. I moved on.
Did you remove my extra attacks you put in here?
On your character sheet?
Yeah.
No.
It's not under weapons anymore.
You don't see your.
Mm-mm.
I still see it.
Oh, you know what? Well, I see it now. So, thank you. Alright. I'm gonna try to baby smite this guy one more time. That's it.
The halberdier just wails upon Johnny, just wrecking his shit. If you think you ain't gonna get out of here, you're gonna be down here forever. You might as well stop resisting, you metal bastard. Korg's halberdier, however, is very frustrated at being completely unable to land a blow against.
Do I have any partial cover because he's behind his buddy?
You would think that you would, but you notice that he seems to be able to effectively use his halberd despite his buddy being in front of him.
Nice.
Like
It's almost
he's a
like you're
trained.
trained for this.
It reminds me of a special group of 4 people I knew back.
A special ability. shield attempts, but once again, he cannot. So he swings with a devastating blow to try to bring Johnny low, and unable to. He sees Johnny kind of stumble a little bit, but he quickly changes streams and decides to go for an easier target, not realizing how successful he's been. And he swings at Darkstorm. Can't wait till I'm not using my. It runs so slow with everything running. Keep dragging the combat tracker instead of the. Stop rolling the. Hitting Darkstorm for 10 points of damage, and he kind of like grunts in satisfaction, seeing kind of a little bit of blood ooze from a wound. He's tired of fighting robotic people. Belina.
Alright, so I'm going to move up to here, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at the 3rd level. Off that 3rd level spell, and I'm going to do on Johnny. And then I will back up to here. No, to here. And I will also give Johnny Bardic Inspiration. It's like, feel better. You can do things. Bye-bye. And I back away. 2 Bardic Inspirations used. Alright. And that's the end of my turn.
Drazar.
I'm going to keep attacking that guy. Suck it, that guy.
Nice.
Your ray of frost finds the perfect gap between Korg and slams hardcore into the shield guardian. The ice begins to freeze over his armor, his joints begin to slow down, he grimaces in pain, barely staying upon his feet as the frigidness starts to encase his muscles. And Darkstorm's back in time for her turn.
Man, I'm gonna slap this one. Why not?
the shield guardian disengages and attempts to run further into the dungeon. But he can only get to there because he's slowed.
Then he has to go through ally space.
Jahanan.
Sorry, once again forgetting to hit push to talk. So I just remembered I have a pretty gold star and I don't remember what I can use it for.
To gain advantage on attack rolls. Or advantage on any d20 check, essentially.
Okay, so it does me no good on my spells and stuff.
Well, it'll work on spells with attack rolls like your firebolt and stuff like that. I also let you use it as a re-roll, so if you roll bad and you want to try it again, as long as you don't already have advantage on the roll or disadvantage, you can use it to re-roll, like retroactive advantage kind of deal.
Nice. Well, we're gonna try firebolt one more time, and if it doesn't work, then I'm gonna use it.
Did you want to use your inspiration?
Yes, please. I want this guy gone.
Alright, let's just roll again. That works.
And I went ahead and removed my starfish.
Nighty night.
I take one step forward.
It's back because I reinstalled.
I take one step forward so he's in my cone again. And Martin, roll for.
The cone of lightning sizzles forth, frying the halberdier, and the tail tendrils slam into the shield guardian. His metal armor begins crackling underneath it, begins sizzling away, and he drops a smoldering corpse upon the ground.
So I have two questions. Question one, has this guy up here been taking his heat metal damage?
I was
He-
actually going to ask that.
Belina has
Oh,
to
shit.
use a bonus action to do it, so
Okay.
she used a bonus action last turn to give you inspiration.
That's true.
Okay, well I appreciate that. Number two, can I use an object interaction to grab a longsword that fell on the ground and slide it towards Cord? Or is that too much?
From where you're at, with two people in the way, you could maybe get as far as Drazar.
I'm okay with that. I kick it that way. And then I'm gonna move around this guy to block the stairs. And I'm gonna attack him. I guess I have to, click on it.
Missed
But
though.
I miss this anyway.
Next attack.
Nope. Oh, I could have inspired myself on the first one. Shit. Oh well. I give a thumbs up to Belina for saving my life a second ago and say thank you as I do the rest of that.
This halberdier goes for the squishy kitty. Kind of ignoring you. If he'll let me. Hitting Darkstorm for 11 damage. As this remaining halberdier goes after Korg. My laptop's starting to lag, sorry. His halberd slams into Korg, back and forth, two back-to-back resounding blows, starting to wear away at Korg's defense.
Alright. So let me count my spaces here. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So I'm going to move to here, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds. The second level. Oh wait, moving through an ally space slows you down, doesn't it?
Yeah, it takes double movement.
Shit, no, I wouldn't be able to get there. Undo that. I wouldn't be able to get there from here. Okay, so I will move to here, and I will cast Healing Word on Korg. Alright.
Yay!
And so that's one on a second level slot. That was a first level slot. And then I will, for my action, move to here and then kick the long sword the rest of the way down the hall to Jazar. Or not Jazar, to Korg.
A long sword skitters in front of you, Korg. It's at your feet.
That's actually an object interaction. Gosh, I don't know what to do with my actual action. Can I use my action to inflict the heat metal on the guy, or does it have to be my bonus?
It's a bonus action.
Only. Okay, because I use my bonus action to Healing Word. So. Because you can't use bonus action as his action. For whatever reason. No weapons whatsoever. And I have no. I've already cast a leveled spell. So I will action Vicious Mockery. Target this guy over here. Like. Alright. It's like. You keep saying we're going to be stuck here, but you and your buddy down there are the only ones left. Dumbass.
He shook. He's like, oh, maybe. Fuck, he's right. Everyone's dying! They don't even have weapons! What the fuck?
And I will end my turn. Okay.
Move over here. I'm going to assist Johnny. And put him to sleep.
Your ray of frost flies forth, slams into the halberdir's face, and it freezes his head, and then it just crumbles into ice chunks upon the ground as the body drops.
Does the beat drop as well?
Perhaps.
No, the beat never comes.
All right. Unfortunately, because of how narrow the hallway is, nobody else can get in melee with another bad guy. Hold on. Halberd's a polearm, isn't it?
Yes.
It is.
Oh! I have proficiency in polearms.
Nothing good to like.
She's about to get PB slapped.
I can't hear you. What are you doing?
I
Oh, yeah,
just
I did.
noticed right there, and I can't do anything until my.
Johanan.
There's really. Well, give me a sec. Yeah, no, I'm just moving there.
Free object interaction to pick up the longsword at my feet, if that's possible. And then, I don't. I do. I have longsword in my hand, so I'm gonna a longsword attack. Recklessly. Sorry, I guess I didn't do it right. Never mind. Sorry. I'm probably.
That hit. You want to roll again to see if your reckless attack would have been a crit?
No, I'll just apply it on the next attack. Or does that? Is
Okay.
that not how it works?
You have to make the choice at the beginning of your
Yeah. Oh, so
the
I
first
can't.
time you attack.
So all your
Okay.
attacks can be reckless.
Or none of them, but I can't do one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So you have to make the decision now.
Well, I didn't do it in time this time, so I'll have to wait till the next. And then I'm gonna yell, "Drop the weapon!" And that's it. That's me. I'm done.
So I'm going to lay on hands myself, though I don't remember how to do that. But before I do that, I tell everyone else to spread out and let's find his father and get out of here. More will be.
Okay, to lay on hands yourself, you put in how much you want to heal yourself in the modifier box in the bottom left corner, and then target yourself and press the heal button under lay on hand. And then mark off how many uses you used.
Johnny, one of them got away. There could be more.
Yeah, I know. That's
Make
why I'm
a
saying we need to
defense.
find our guy and get out of here.
Separating could be bad.
Maybe.
Yep, and that's 6 seconds, so on to the... You having yelled at the halberdier, he glares at you. He's like, "For the glory of the Empire, I might die, but I'm taking you ugly bastard with me." He attempts to make good on his threat. Missing with this second blow. He struggles to get through a raging barbarian's defenses.
Let's see, my turn again. So I'm gonna move over here and pick up that halberd. I don't have a halberd slot on my weapon attacks, but
I'll add it.
okay. So I'm gonna pick up that halberd, and I'm gonna go with. So let's see, I'm here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, I could probably pick it up from here. So 15. 20, 25, 30, 35. I'm going to go with Johnny. And I will end my turn. Picking up the halberd. And moving.
Jozar.
people here. Is that still regular cover? Is that still regular cover?
Yeah, it'll still be regular cover. And your bolt of frosty energy slams in to the halberdier.
Slowing him down.
You can't get to the other side of him because you can't move through enemy spaces, Darkstorm.
You could throw your dagger.
Yeah, if you want, you can count that as a throw. And then go ahead and roll damage since it's a with sneak attack.
Roll. No.
That is that.
Is that real?
The hell? Oh, it's crit. She critted. I forgot.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I picked up my dagger. I threw it.
There's gonna be more coming.
Alright. You're out of combat.
We need
But
to
for
move
how long?
quickly. That
I'm
guy already
turning-
ran.
I'm turning off the music for now because my laptop's struggling.
We need to move quickly. That guy ran up the stairs and he's probably bringing more. And while we're down for a split second, I'm gonna chug one of my health.
And you said you had ball bearings, right? That you could throw at the foot of the stairs or something earlier?
Sorry, Blaine, I accidentally moved you. Or, behind.
How do I? I know.
I'd like to throw 300 ball bearing direction.
I'm really struggling to hear what you're saying, like you're really muffled.
I caught
Wow.
something about ball bearings in the stairs.
However you were using your mic before you left is how you should use your mic now, because I could hear you before and now I can't.
Is this better?
That's a bit better, yeah.
Better?
There we go. That's good.
Sweet. I just have to yell into the mic. I'd like to throw ball bearings north of where I'm at, about 300. I have 1,000 on me.
I'm
So we're
still looking
searching?
for the guy down the hallway because they said he was.
Okay.
Draw square.
Each of us taking pairs of 2 down hallways, and come back, and then we'll check the end hallways if we don't find him.
Yeah, are we just looking to, are there people in all these cells or no?
You still there, GM?
Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, now.
Now, yeah.
Now we are.
Okay. As you guys go down these cells, you notice they're packed to the brim with people. The previous comments that the guy told you about the cells being like single occupancy is an obvious lie. People are crammed to the brim left and right. Some 2, 3, 4 people in each individual like 5x5 cell, just overflowing. People of various races, but predominantly humans. Um, all of the cells are it's just like a door with bars on it.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Johnny, since he's the one I'm standing next to. Maybe if we let some of these people out, they can distract the guards long enough for us to get through.
I agree. We could also use this as a potential recruitment mission for skilled
Well,
people for the ship.
we don't have much room on the ship, but we can let people out.
There is
See.
another ship.
That's true.
That's true. There's the other ship. We could
Also true.
commandeer it. So,
Start letting them out.
all right. So I'm gonna look at the lock on one of these cages, and I'm going to use prestidigitation to create a key that looks like it fits, and I'm going to unlock the cage.
Prestidigitation only makes illusions.
Now, it can make a small handheld item.
Yeah,
According
it
to
can
the
make a
spell.
small handheld item,
Oh.
but make an investigation check on the lock. Because trying to mimic a key is a very specific wizard conjurer type ability that requires you to have seen the key prior to do. And I don't think a cantrip should be more powerful than a level 2 wizard ability itself is.
Along those lines, could we check the guard bodies to see if any of them had keys to lock us away after they beat the shit out of us?
I can use my lockpicking tools.
Yep.
Or that.
16 good enough?
No.
Can I lucky that?
So you search through the guards, and it looks like probably the guy that ran away had the keys. Darkstorm goes about trying to pick the locks, but it's proving difficult. You manage to get one off, but it's taking more time than you think it would take, Dark.
Still running down the hall down here, looking for a bird.
Yeah, we're still looking for the. Wow, this place is huge.
Can I try again?
Yeah, you can keep trying.
I'm gonna go down this other hall and make sure he's not down here either.
The next lock you pick snaps open pretty easily. You've now got 4 or 5 slaves, or not slaves, other campaign, sorry. 4 or 5 prisoners start to try to rush out. They start grabbing at you. They're like, please, please, take us with you. Take us with you. And they start mobbing you, trying to get out.
All right, all right. Help me find a bird dude and we'll get out of here. Do you know where he is?
No, we have to go. We have to go before they come back. Let's go. You have a bird person with you. Take him. Take him.
No, I don't. There's no way for you to know that.
It's true, the bird person's down a different hallway.
Help me find the bird person. We'll get out of here.
They just take off running, ignoring you, and trying to get away before the guards come.
I'm gonna keep picking locks.
All right.
All right, you open another cell.
Run.
As Dark Storm's picking the locks, letting bits of slaves out, person by person.
All right, so as they come by me, because I'm assuming they're running out the exit, I'm telling
Yes.
them to like be careful of the ball bearings, and I'm also listening and watching these stairs.
Several of them trip and fall. Um,
Need another hallway cleared, please. Thank you.
Yeah, is the hall I'm in cleared?
yeah, you don't see a bird person in any of the cells in these northern hallways. It's just crowds of like humans and Empire descent.
Do you want me to just keep rolling?
Yeah, you could keep rolling. You just keep picking locks as you pick locks. Anything less than a 10 takes you closer to like 5 minutes to pick, and anything 10 or higher only takes you like you do pretty quickly.
How have we been down here this long?
I'm shouting.
You're
I don't
you're taking
think he's
a long
down
time
here.
picking people's.
I'm just running down the hallways looking for a bird person.
Yeah, but Darkstorm's lockpicking is dictating the time. The more she rolls, the more
Oh,
time
I
that's
didn't know.
clicking off.
I'm sorry. Okay, where's the bird
It
at?
takes time to free people, and she's freeing all the people.
I'm just looking for the bird person.
I
Yeah,
was stopping.
we're
I was
just
trying to
running
make a
around.
distraction. All right, where's the bird?
Running. Okay. I think they lied to us. I
Darkstorm,
don't think
you
there's a bird
freed
person down here.
about 40 people, Darkstorm, from their cells.
Yay. Drazar, what was the name of your dad?
Vercingetorix.
Start shouting it because I can't say it.
Well, nobody seemed to find a bird.
He
Name.
could be in the stairs above us,
Person
and they
name.
just lied.
Person name.
They just wanted to get us to the lowest portion of the dungeon. We should
Yep.
probably go.
Well, I mean, if they're not going to come down here, let's free all the rest of the people. Let them rush out, cause some real stir, and then. I'm just kidding. That's going to take way too long. Let's go.
Yeah. With Darkstorm's current lockpicking success, you feel like you could possibly get everybody freed by the end of the day.
Nope. We don't have that kind of time. We're here for upper. All right. Clearly, there's no bird person down here. We've been through every hallway and every.
Yep, you do not find a bird person in these lower cells.
Those
All right,
bastards.
let's go upstairs very carefully. Slow train. Is that how you get across ball bearings or something, or do you just?
We can just kind of sweep them out of the way.
Because we know they're there. We can just move them.
All right, heading up to the next level.
Give me a few minutes, take a short break.